Thundergrunt.
I'm recording. We can start right now. If you're ready. I mean, I just want to talk because we've had such a weird meeting and a weird way to get to this podcast. I've had a literal
I'm so sorry.
No, it's honestly my fault too. I've had a hiatus of months. You're the first time I've come back.
We each. Yeah, no, you had. You know, you're right, because I was kind of like thinking like, okay, well, I fucked up that one time, but then he fucked up that next time. But the whole thing was because you were on a hiatus for a while.
Yeah, I had a death in the family, and I had my mom had a medical emergency, and just work piling up on me. So I just put this show on hold, and then I realized I was like, I felt bad because I kept putting you off after you canceled. I was like,
you felt, oh no, I'm like king procrastinator. Like
same.
Like anytime someone, when someone cancels plans on me, I'm just like, yes, do it again.
Yeah, there's nothing better in life than an appointment that gets canceled. Literally nothing. I'm always right. I mean, even this, if you even message me and you're like, I don't think I can do today, I'd be like, yes, not because I don't want to talk to you. It's just how I am as a person.
And then the other person's thinking like, oh, I don't know, like whenever someone cancels plans on me, like they think I'm upset about it. So it's like now not only did they do me a favor, but they think they owe me one for doing me a favor. Idiots.
Right. Well, it's weird too because we don't know each other, but the way we met is also extremely weird. If you remember, we met.
Remind me, I've been doing a lot of edibles lately.
We met like, I'm gonna say 4 months-ish ago, playing Among Us with Police Academy's Michael Winslow.
Oh, that's right!
So the first time we met, we were playing a game of Among Us with Michael Winslow. That's what we were doing.
Right. This very, like, the Hollywood everything guy, sound effects guy, right. There was an episode of Simpsons he was in. Yeah, I killed y'all several
He's in
times.
Spaceballs. He's actually the first episode of this show. He was on the first episode of this show.
Really?
Yeah. So that's how I got to know his, I guess his agent, Seth, great guy. And he pulled me in on that game, even though I'm not a stand-up comedian. I don't know if you know that. I'm not a stand-up comedian, obviously. I'm not that funny. But
You're not a... Oh, I thought you said I'm not a fan of media. And I'm like, hell yeah, you start your own podcast and become the media.
I'm becoming it.
You said you're not a...
I'm not a stand-up comedian, yeah. But I got pulled in on that Among Us game with a bunch of stand-up comedians. And I said to Seth, I was like, I'm not a comedian, right? And he was like, whatever.
That sounds like Seth.
That's like
he's down to just pull people on, which is cool.
But that's how we met, and then you messaged me, and then we've had like was it been 2 or 3 months? I can't remember. But yeah, that we don't have to talk.
2 months of just like, hey, I think I messaged you and I was like, can I be on your podcast? And then you were like, hell yeah, but like I'm on a top secret hiatus. And then I don't know, like the past like 2 months have been like just really intense for me at my day job. So like, and I've been studying for this certification.
That guy,
so like I've just been
and the world's
nonstop.
The world's still crumbling too,
That's another thing,
right?
We are in a pandemic. I'm
right.
Actually, how you mentioned that you love like canceled plans earlier.
Yeah.
I'm like nervous about shit opening back up because of that.
So am I.
Like I don't miss that pressure of having something to do every second, every day. Like I'm just not looking forward to it.
Do you consider yourself more of a homebody?
Yes. Yeah.
Really? Even as a stand-up
like
too?
a mild term for it. Like I'm depressed. I don't like doing things. But
I know. I'm totally. I'm around there with you. Like in the last couple of years, I've
Yeah.
pretty much become like, I'd rather not. Then the pandemic hit, and I'm kind of like, well, now I kind of would like to see people, like,
Right.
you know.
Right. Like, my thing is, like, I want to see people. I want to be able to commune with people, have them over in my house, do that stuff. But what I don't miss is being, like, standing in a bar, not even for a show.
Right.
Just going, and then you can't hear anyone, and you just think you're literally counting down the minutes until you get to leave. Like, and it's called happy hour, the irony.
Right.
But
I never understood
that's
why.
kind of where I'm at.
Why did we all, as a society, choose to hang out in places where I can't fucking hear people speak? I never understood that. Like you know, at a show.
I don't either.
Yeah, like I'm like, I either can't talk because I don't want to interrupt. I'm not rude, or there's music, live music,
Right.
and it's so loud you have to literally scream yourself sick to say something.
Right. But
Yeah.
that, you know what I never understood? I never understood. This is gonna make me sound like a fucking nerd, but like, or just like someone who doesn't appreciate life. But like, I never understood going to see live music where you don't know the band.
You don't understand
Like,
how much we have in common right here. Because I'm known for the guy that
Holy
doesn't like
shit.
watching live music with my friend group. Like that's what like they know that I don't enjoy it. But I go because to support my friends. So only friends.
right.
Yeah. No.
For
So
me, it's like, I have, yeah. If I know the band,
yeah,
then it's
totally.
like the best fucking thing ever. But if it's like someone's like, hey, yeah, like me and my buddy plays the trumpet and I play guitar, and it's like we're kind of like a deconstructed ska band, and then you just have to like sit there or like stand there, and like sometimes you do a little of this, but everyone knows it's not real.
Yeah. I've always found it to be an awkward thing. I'm like, what am I supposed to do while you're playing music? Do I just sit there? Like,
Right.
I don't dance really. And like you said, am I supposed to bob my head? Because I don't even do that when I listen to music by myself. It just feels awkward to me. It's an awkward thing, you know?
Do you think that is not like a natural instinct for us to do, but more of a signal, like a social signal to other people, like, I am having fun. You know what I mean?
You mean it's a performative?
Like the head bobbing?
Like it's a performative? I'm
Yeah,
having
that's what-
fun?
yeah,
Like,
do you think
I'm
it's
into this
performative?
just like you guys are. You know, like...
Yes.
Right? Yeah. Because I'm pretty honest about like when I'm not having fun. So like, I don't
Me
do
too.
that stuff. And if I go to a show, it's literally just so I'm around friends. It's not to hear the music, and I feel bad about that. But I just was honest after a few years, just like, hey guys, I don't like live music. Record it and send me a file.
Right. This could have been an email.
It could have been an email.
This
Right?
whole Warped Tour could have been an email.
Right.
No.
Yeah, I feel bad because
that's
I
only,
want to
like-
support my friends. You know.
Yeah. For me, it's the kind of thing where it's like, it's the what do I do with my entire body right now issue. Like, I like that when the head bobbing just becomes like, okay, like I've definitely signaled to everyone around me that I am definitely into this, but like it can't be too repetitive or it doesn't seem natural. And then I'm just like, damn, the jig is up. I am not having a good time right now.
Right.
But if it's a band
That's
that
when
I
you go to
like,
the bathroom.
you know, like every lyric to all of their songs, I'll go fucking nuts. I'll be singing, you know, jumping around. But if it's just like one of those situations where, are you in DC or Baltimore?
I'm in Baltimore.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you've definitely been in one of those situations where you wound up in like a basement where there's like
Yes.
a projector screen and a guy with a keyboard standing in front of it, and he's like, my main thing is I create sound
Yes.
walls. And like then he just plays basically just a noise that sounds like an extended fart, and all the hipsters are just like,
I have absolutely been at those
I'm
things.
so talented.
I've been at some of those type of shows with people we mutually know, such as like Brian Preston, or I think you know Brian Preston, or Tommy
I love Brian
Simbaza.
Preston.
Yeah, like that's a very Baltimore thing. I've been to shows, basement shows. I've been to shows at small bars, And I'm there for other people, but I am very awkward. I'm just like, everyone looks at me and they're like, Bob's uncomfortable and he's not having fun. You can leave, dude.
They're probably not looking at you thinking that at all. That's the thing.
No, I've had friends say it to me. They're like, you don't have to be here. And I was like, I know, but I'm supporting you. You guys support me.
That's like the worst is like, you're working to put on this whole one-man show to portray yourself as a guy who's comfortable and wants to be there. And then someone turns to you and it's like, whoa, hey, whoa. You don't have to be here.
I know. I almost feel like they're asking me to leave. Like, you're making other people uncomfortable by just sitting here with a scowl on your face drinking seltzer water. Because I don't drink either. So I'm not even drunk when I'm not, like, not having fun, which is an extra layer of that.
You know what's even worse than that? Being drunk and not having fun.
I'm told. Yeah. I actually don't have a case for that, but I've told people it's not good, right?
No, it's like you're sleepy. You're genuinely like, just like, damn, like, I want to take a nap right now. That would be more entertaining than what I'm going through with this guy in front of this projector with a synth.
Well,
situation.
That's a good point too, because like my complaint, I live in Baltimore, so I go to a lot of these shows. I go to a lot of theater stuff. I used to, at least. And I'm a big dude.
Yeah.
There's also no comfortable seating. Like, as much as I don't want to be there, there's no actual good chairs. You know what I mean? Like, maybe I can withstand a lot if you give me a good chair. Give me a couch.
That's been the missing factor the whole time.
Give me a couch and I'll withstand anything.
Damn good chair.
Damn good chair. I'm very simple like that. But
okay, well, can I expose you to the flip side of that predicament?
Absolutely, please.
Okay, imagine being a 5-foot little girl who can fall asleep anywhere and any surface. You could easily curl up in a ball and take a wonderful nap. And that's what you would rather do. And it's everywhere. The whole venue is your little nap zone. And you can't do shit about it because that would be weird and rude.
So, yeah, you could just find little cubby holes all around the venue to just curl up into and use, you can use a jacket as a pillow. Like you don't need much is what you're saying. You can just lay anywhere.
Exactly. It's like, imagine you're really like just bored and sleepy, but you're forced to essentially stand on your bed and just stand there right. While all this noise happens. That's what going to a live show is like for me.
And you're distracted the whole time thinking of excuses you could make in the next 10 minutes. To start the process of leaving. I'm going to
expect that. Right. Like, I'm going to go inspect that little ledge next to the window really closely for about 30 minutes. Don't mind me.
Have you ever, like, like how there's, like, the initial crowd and then there's the area near the door? Have you ever separated yourself from the crowd and then, like, looked at the crowd and, like, if I leave now, they won't know? And then everyone will think I said goodbye to one person. So I just, you just Irish goodbye. But everyone will assume that you had to leave for some serious reason. But you just sort of phased yourself out of the night. Yeah.
It's like Homer Simpson disappearing into the bush.
Exactly, just right. I've totally done that. But I feel guilt. I have guilt about it, too. Don't get me wrong.
I feel like you went there to support your friends.
Right.
And also, I feel like, I hate to say it, I think I'm a little biased as a comedian, but like, I feel like live comedy shows are funner than live music shows.
I am going to 100% agree with you there, because to me, listening to live comedy isn't awkward because I know what I'm supposed to be doing.
Yes! You do one thing and it's ha-ha.
Right.
That's the only rule.
Right.
Like...
there's a roadmap for an audience member.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And you get a good chair.
That's so true. Like, you've been to Magoobies in Baltimore, right? I can those chairs, they're not royal chairs, but those are okay. If you've been to a music venue in
Decent
downtown,
chair.
right? They're not bar
Yeah.
stools, or they're not something that's like half falling apart. They're decent chairs. They hold you. They hold a big giant guy. I'll do it. I can take this. I'll watch a 2-hour show.
Yes.
I think when I saw Pauly Shore there, it was like 3-hour show. Yes, I saw Pauly Shore at Magoobies, but it was like a 3-hour show. My ass was literally numb by the time it was over.
That's how you know it was worth it. I guess.
I'm not saying that was a plus, but it happened. But yeah, like I totally agree with you. Like
there's great comedy and like not being able to feel your own butt.
Right.
Like, wow.
Right.
Twofer.
But I totally agree with you. Like there's an awkwardness that comes with anything that isn't someone talking on a stage. For me.
Yeah.
Like I could watch a theater production. How do you feel about theater? If you go to theater, I don't even know if you do.
Like, no, like I did theater in high school. Like, my thing is like, how do I put this? I have spotlight envy a lot of the time.
Okay.
I know, that's sick. I'm sick, you know? And like, but I like musicals. I like watching musicals.
Which is weird because you don't like the live music.
Okay, but it's a whole different situation. It's a different dynamic, different rules. Like, you know, they don't expect me to get involved. You know what I mean?
Right.
I don't need to do a whole performative
like
virtue signaling that like, yeah, you're great and I'm having fun and I'm glad I'm here. None of that. You just sit there like this and you absorb the experience and it's great.
It's a story. It's a story. You're watching a story, so you can just
it's
sit
like
back. Yeah.
Theater, but better. And if you want to sing, you have that option. But if it's like a someone's one woman show, you know what I mean?
Right. Yeah. No, I got you.
Like as long as I don't know them, as long as they're like a random, I'll be watching. And I'm just like, I have a funnier story than that. Like, that's like bad.
You know what?
That's
saw
something that
one of the better stage shows I've ever seen in Baltimore was actually the Vagina Monologues. Like that actually kept my attention because to me that was like a theater performance, and it's got elements of stand up in it. Whether you want to argue or not, it's like it's funny. There's funny aspects to it. That actually kept my attention, and I didn't feel awkward at all. Like I had something to do. No one was. I wasn't worried that people were looking at me like a live music show.
Right. I feel like this podcast so far is just like a window into the minds of two anxious, depressed fucks, and like
it is, and
how we navigate
very
normal, easy things that are supposed to be pleasant.
This is also me after like a whole year of basically being inside of this room. And I'm remembering the before world and how I was in that. And I was a guy that did a lot of stuff, but I was also very anxious about it. So,
yeah.
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 I've been like that my whole life.
No, same.
But
I miss the outside.
But you perform though. You're an actual performer. You're a live performer, right?
Yeah.
And
that is a word for it.
None of this translate. Does any of that anxiety translate to being on stage?
Yeah, like I would almost say it fuels it, because if I'm on stage, like I'm not being on stage and telling your entire life story and your most embarrassing moments to me is easier than standing in a crowded room with a synth board and a projector and going like this. Like that, I can't fake that anymore. I'm 30.
Yeah, it doesn't
So,
get.
like,
I'm 38, and it doesn't
easier.
get easier. Let me tell you.
God. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, one is asking you
it-
to pretend to be a human, sort of, like to sit there and like absorb
Yes!
it. You got to pretend to be normal.
Right. And then the other one is just like, mask off. I am not having a good time and I'm not normal. I'm going to tell you all about it, you people, you humans.
I think to some degree when it comes to that too, like, I think you have to have some kind of cash in the bank with your friends to be honest that you just don't like that. Like, hey, this is when I'm not a human. I don't like doing this kind of thing that you all seem to really enjoy. Like, you're actually excited to go to stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's been like, I feel like, so I don't know your reasons for not drinking. I have to cut down a lot due to just health issues, like autoimmune stuff.
Mine's health.
But yeah, do you have autoimmune stuff?
I don't have autoimmune stuff. I'm just, I mean, for lack of a better word, I'm just really fat, and I have been my whole life. So I don't drink, smoke, do drugs, or eat red meat, and so I kind of just being fat is my bad thing, and it kind of keeps me alive. So, not doing the other stuff.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, like, wait, you like being fat is like your bad thing, but it sustains you?
No, not the not doing the other stuff.
Not doing the stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So I kind of do it for
like,
health. Anyway, you were talking. Go ahead.
That's how I am too. Like, I have to, like, you probably can't tell right now, but like I have really just bad skin issues, but not the kind that are like minor. Like sometimes like I can't. Like, it hurts to, like, take a shower or put on clothes sometimes. And, like, if I have alcohol, it'll, like, really, like...
exacerbate it.
Make that a lot worse. So, my solution for a while, like, in my earlier 20s is, like, okay, well... Or I guess my mid-20s, because I didn't have these issues, like, in college and after that and stuff. But, my thing was like, I'll try other drugs. Everyone loves the other drugs. Let me try those.
Yeah.
And like I found out, like, Coke makes everything that we talked about even worse.
It just turns
like the impatience, the wanting to leave. Yeah. Like on my 27th birthday, I remember like we went to like a live music venue, and I do actually like dancing if it's dance music, but I did some Coke beforehand with my friend. I get there, I'm just so, like, anxious and, like, impatient.
Yeah.
Was the main takeaway. I was just like, why isn't the scenery different every time I blink? I hate this! So, like, that's a no-go for me. There's not a lot I can do to mask how, like, lame everything is.
So it's just basically the cocaine removes the filter completely. Of how uncomfortable
it's gone.
It's just gone. You're just like screaming what the problem is. Like, I don't know what to do with my hands.
Yes.
Right. I don't know. Am I supposed to bob my head? I don't know.
I don't know. This music isn't different enough than it was 2 seconds ago. I hate it.
Why is that guy over there having such a good time?
He must be really good at faking it.
Right. Well,
but
I kind of
like,
dig people watching in those instances. I resort to people watching. Of course, I'm not on cocaine, so I've never been on cocaine and people watched. But
I don't think anyone has. I don't think that's what you do when you're on coke. That sounds like a pleasant, quiet activity.
Right. So your solution, you ran through the gamut of like drinking, drugs, to try to figure out how to best handle these situations?
Now my solution is, and honestly, this was actually my New Year's resolution, not this past New Year's, but the one before, is stop being in places you do not want to be.
It's pretty good.
Like, and it sounds so simple, like you would think, but then I feel like there's all this hype around certain things, like, oh, do you want to come get brunch? Like, all of these, like, very, like, I don't want to say traditional, but it like those communal activities where you're sort of expected to be there and it's expected that you have fun, almost like forced fun. Like, we're going to, I don't know.
No, I
certain get-togethers, I just don't take them in. You say what?
No, I agree. Because, like, when people invite you to brunch, even if they're your friends, it's kind of like when you get there, what are we doing? We're just going to eat. I don't know what to say. I have nothing. It's like 11 a.m.
It's like
What is this? It's a real like.
It can be fun.
It can be. I'm not saying it's not.
Like,
I love the people that invite me.
but it mostly isn't.
Right.
Yeah. And I like being, I don't want them to stop inviting me either.
Because that would truly hurt, right? You don't, that's why you put up with all of
Right.
it.
That would be so hurtful. It's like, right. I would rather the things I like, the things that I've kind of discerned that I actually like now. I like activities with people that make me laugh, that are productive in some way. I like working on projects with people. I'm enjoying this podcast right now. Like,
good.
You know, the riffing and all that.
Yeah.
My big rule is that, like, if I can't riff with the people I'm with, then I don't want to be around them.
Right.
I like riffers.
You need like an anything
and I need
goes
to be like somewhat
vibe.
comfortable. Yeah. Right. So I people who will yes and you just because.
Right.
You know.
You know, also
those
also,
situations
like,
I'm all for.
Have you found if you're honest with your friends about stuff you don't like, it amplifies the thing they know you for? Like, for example, people want to watch movies with me or go to the movies with me because, like, film is more where I'm concentrated. You know, they want to watch. They're like, Bob, I need to watch this with you. Bob, I want to go to the movies with you. But they know that they won't ask about like live music ever again. But they'll put all that energy towards everything else all the harder.
That's good.
Yeah, no, it is. I'm happy about that.
Yeah. Like, I would love it if someone ever got the urge to do things that I like doing, which is looking for frogs or like looking for other frogs. Like, I would like it if they ever got a wild hair and think, I want to look for some frogs, that they would call me first, you know?
Now, we were talking about like going out into the wilderness and looking for frogs. Like, that's what you're into?
That's what so when I'm not doing like stand-up or like podcast stuff, like, I've kind of realized I like 3 things that I've just always liked. It relaxes me. 1, looking for reptiles and amphibians so I can identify them, catch them, and put them back. And that's really satisfying to me on a personal level. Staring into tide pools and looking for seashells.
Okay, that's awesome.
That's what I like. I just like it.
It's so specific, but it's great.
I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did friends actually, do you take friends with you, or are you doing this stuff by yourself?
Sometimes I'll go out on my own, but like I like it when I have friends who like come and do it. They'll call it hiking, but I'll make them stop a lot.
They got to put that damn exercise slant on it, don't they?
I got into hunting recently too. Not too far into, but it's kind of it kind of has the same feel as some of the things I like to do. Like, I like looking for animals. The only difference is you do have to shoot at them.
Yeah.
In hunting.
What?
But like the rest of it is just like chill.
Are you just doing the kind of like find them part? You're not shooting them?
So basically what happened was I was in a project around autumn, like November-ish, where the Fish and Wildlife Services, and again, this is one of those projects where it's like, I don't know if it's ever going to see the light of day. I never know when a project is going to see the light of day.
Right.
But you film it, or record it or whatever. So the Fish and Wildlife Service was actually looking to court millennials into hunting, because I guess they get a lot of funding from when people get a hunting license or buy a gun, things like that. And that goes to preservation and other stuff.
A pretty funny mission description. We're looking to court millennials into hunting. Get away from that avocado toast and come on out and kill some animals.
Yeah. You need to get tough quick.
Yeah, right.
You're an embarrassment.
Right.
But so what happened was a media company who I have some like friends from comedy in, like there's a girl, I don't know if you know Lily Sparks, but
I do not. sadly.
She was a Micah student.
Oh,
You said what?
I do. I don't know who that is, but Micah. I know
Oh,
Micah.
okay. She, yeah. She went to Micah and got an internship at this media company, or I don't know what it is. They have cameras, and and I guess they make little film projects.
Gotcha.
So she got me on this project where they took three millennial comedians, even though in the project itself we didn't say we were comedians, and like showed the process over 3 days of us learning how to use a gun and hunt.
Okay. Was it? And you dug that? That was like it was
Yeah.
good. That's awesome. I have
We
nothing
all
against hunting.
loved
I'm
it.
not
I mean,
judging.
I know I did.
I'm curious.
It's like, no, so the people who like kind of showed us everything to do, it's this couple. They're on Instagram as Elevated Wild, and basically their story is so the guy was like an executive chef, right? And she was, I think, on the management side of things in restaurants, and they basically just got so stressed out from the toxicity of that environment and just the strains and demands of the job that they just, even though they were both very successful, they left and started kind of living off the grid and won't eat any meat that they don't kill themselves.
I mean, that's kind of honorable. That's awesome.
Yeah, no, it's badass. But the cool thing is, even though they're hunting this wild game, because they have that chef background, they're like shooting a squirrel and preparing it like it's a Wagyu steak, like with all these like fancy, like culinary skill recipes, and it's really cool. And I've tried some, and it was really good.
I've never had squirrel. That's awesome.
It actually was really good.
It was really good.
And so after the project ended, I got to go out with them once more to hunt deer, and both times you feel so relaxed afterwards and just so good, like you're kind of in touch with this instinctual part of your psyche that you kind of neglect day to day.
Right.
And you come out with like, it's not really like a killer thing. It's like a respect for nature kind of thing. So I don't know. I liked it.
No, I dig that because I've gotten made fun of for this before, but I'm a pescatarian, I think is the word for it. I don't eat red meat. But people ask me why. It is because of health, but I'll like say, you know what? In my lifetime, I've killed a fish and I've killed a bird in my lifetime. So I feel like if I eat poultry and I eat fish, I'm not a hypocrite. I don't think I could murder a cow. I don't think I could actually take out a cow.
No. Honestly, I feel like that's how it's supposed to be.
Right.
If you don't have the guts to be connected to your food in like the nitty gritty, raw, real type of way that it takes to get what you eat from the farm to your plate, I feel like you're missing out on something. You're missing out on a type of mindfulness.
I feel like I could be considered kind of a hypocrite there. Like your friend, the people you were talking about, they're killing what they're making. I'm not killing every chicken I eat, but I've killed a bird.
But you could.
I could. I don't know if I want to though. I am a hypocrite. Like I don't know if I could go out to a barn and like chop a chicken's head off every time I'm hungry.
When you say you killed a bird, at first I thought you meant you killed a chicken. Now I'm starting to think, oh, he hit a pigeon with his car.
I have done that several times, and that was an accident. But when I was a kid, I did hunt with a BB gun, and I did shoot a bird. Which gives me the right to eat at KFC, right? I mean, it's obviously logically perfect.
It adds up. It all adds up.
It all adds up. Right. I mean, could you actually kill a cow though? You know what I mean? Like, I guess if you're a hunter, you could. I don't think I could look in its eyes and actually like.
Depends on if I was hungry enough, I could.
Yeah. If we're on a desert island, it's dying.
Yeah.
I mean, I could probably.
That's different.
The alive situation, right?
Yeah.
Like
if it's like a survival thing, if it was just like a situation where like I'm taking a trip to the farm and the guy was like, "You want some free steaks?" and I say, "Yeah," And he said, well, you got to kill this cow yourself. Like,
is he giving you a tool to do it, or do you have to do it with your bare hands? It's two separate scenarios.
I physically couldn't do that.
Right.
Like,
he gives you the bolt gun.
Have you ever like interacted with a cow? Like, they will. My friend is actually she works on an organic farm. Well, she did. And I got to meet some of those cows, and like they'll just like fucking ram into you for like no reason, and you just go flying back. Like, that's how they say hi.
But they're trying to give you some love. They're not actually trying to.
I don't think I could kill them.
They're not trying to be mean. They're just loving up on you, and they're big. Yeah, I couldn't do it. I've definitely went to petting zoos and stuff, and I was like, how can I eat this thing? It's like a big dog. You know?
I know.
I can't do it. I couldn't eat a dog.
And there's.
But
depends what kind of dog.
Also,
no, I'm just kidding.
I know, right? Also, I'm a mammal, so I figure maybe there's some logic in not eating mammals. I don't know. I'm not a scientist, obviously.
Mammals eat other mammals?
I know.
Are you saying it's like we're too closely related?
I mean, would you eat monkey meat? I don't know if I would.
No, that's how AIDS started.
That's right? True. Well, do we know? Is it eating monkey meat? I don't know.
I thought AIDS started because like someone actually like saw like some kind of monkey and was like, look kind of sexy, and then they like fucked, and that's how it started.
I think that's more a joke from like the 90s that people were crudely saying maybe that somebody had sex with a monkey. I don't know if there's any validity to that.
I don't know. I think
we both could easily Google it, but I have no clue. But I have no. Yeah, I don't. It has to do with monkeys. I remember that. I've seen the movie Outbreak.
That's what I know.
That's about all the science I've done on it. Yeah, I mean, did somebody have sex with a bat?
I also could be. You said what?
Did somebody have sex with a bat to get us here? We don't know.
Yes, actually. No, I don't know.
What are the logistics of that?
So some weird.
Right. You know, we haven't even
the logistics. You have to hang upside down.
And were they dressed like a vampire? Way. Was it like a fetish? Was it cosplay? Or
was it just like a mistake?
How do you make that mistake though?
Who knows?
You know?
I don't know. I don't want to put myself in like the mindset where I know how one could make that mistake. So I'm not going to think too hard about it.
We'll move on from there. The one thing we haven't even brought up is you are a writer for Hard Times, which is incredible, by the way.
Thank you. It's like the one, like, this late into the game, kind of comedically for me.
Yeah.
That's the one thing I've kind of like latched onto and been like, okay, I do this. This is a thing that is good that I'm glad that I do. You know what I mean?
Right. Would you be okay if I like, for anyone listening, if I read like a few of the titles you wrote? Just the titles. I'm not going to read the actual like content.
Yeah,
awkward
go
as fuck.
Go ahead.
But one of my favorites is, our recovering addict friend started wearing a tuxedo everywhere, and we can't tell if this means he's doing better or worse. Another one. If wine can sit in a cellar for decades, then this week-old coffee table beer is fine. And I think
this is a window into like my life
experiences. No, these are incredible. This is maybe my personal favorite because it's just raw as hell. White teen shooter loses Xbox privileges for a whole week. It's incredible. And of course,
Timmy.
I think it's on your Facebook page. Your favorite is the fuck shed one, right?
Oh, God, I should know the title of my thing.
I was gonna say you should know it.
If the guy from B-52s can scream loudly about his homemade fuck shed, then I don't even. What was it? Wait, can you read it?
Oh, it's not actually. It's not actually on this page. Hold on, I can read it. It's on your Facebook. It's I have as much right as the B-52s to sing loudly in public about my homemade fuck shit.
That was the one.
And that's the
like
one
that
I actually have seen before I met you, before we played Among Us with Michael Winslow. That's the one I actually
Really?
had seen before. Yeah, no, and I was a fan of it before we ever talked.
That,
So.
see, that makes me feel good.
Yeah. So how did you land that gig?
Sometimes when you're doing, so I started like, this is a little, this is actually like not that complicated a story. I started a little Facebook page where I just like post little one-liners and stuff, and I started that because something I said, like a post of mine went very viral, and the girl I was dating at the time was like, you now you start a page and people who want more of that go there, and then you get it makes you look more legit, I guess.
Yeah.
In comedy world. And so I started posting jokes about like music jokes. Like I had a little one-liner about ska music go pretty viral, and then my friend who is one of the editors for the Hard Times, he's like he's seen some of them and thought I'd be a good match. So you have to make like a 20 pitchable headlines to them, and if they approve one, then you get to keep pitching. So awesome. One of mine got approved, and then I just started pitching as much as I could. My goal was to have one per month, but I ended the year at 10, but I'm still pretty happy.
Still, they're awesome. They're hilarious.
About it.
Also, your Facebook page has a really healthy following, so it worked.
I'm trying. Yeah, I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm doing. I feel like that seems like the right thing to do, and it's fun, and it's nice when people, when you make a joke, even if it's in an online, format, when someone's like, "This made my day," like, and I'm just like, "Whoa, cool, enjoy that serotonin that your brain produces naturally. I'll bet that's nice, huh?"
I mean, yeah, and they're giving you a serotonin hit too by saying it. And is there any better drug than that? Yeah. That's kind of the drug, right?
No.
It's the best.
There's not. It feels the best thing. You know how I was telling you about things that I like just naturally, that I don't need anything else but?
Yeah.
In addition to looking for reptiles, in addition to looking for seashells, I fucking love making people laugh. It's the best fucking thing.
No, that's great.
In the whole world.
When anyone ever tells me they watch something I made, or I don't know them and they watch something I made, I'm always like, I feel like I'm a little less afraid of death.
Yes.
Like, oh, good, I made an imprint on somebody. Now I can die happy.
Or no, that's how it goes. So I don't know. I think that's why like a lot of depressed people are comics, because it's like, if I can't make myself super happy day to day, like little bursts of making other people smile or laugh kind of get you by.
Yeah, it kind of you're throwing out the healing.
It's like microdosing dope.
Yeah. This is microdosing dopamine.
Microdosing serotonin.
I mean, you could argue that's what memes, like meme lords do. Like if you have an account that's just all memes.
Yeah,
you're doing drugs basically.
You're microdosing dopamine.
Right. Yeah.
But that's why it's so. It's actually, I would argue, like making memes and those little things. That's why it's so addictive.
Yeah.
Like I have I'm friends. Do you know Mike Fellows?
Say it again.
Do you know Mike Fellows? He's a meme guy on social media. He's memeing into the void.
I do not know him, but now I will. I'll look for him.
Check him out. He's really funny. He's good at it, but it's also like this self-propelling habit almost, because of, like you said, whenever a bunch of people show you, oh, this image you created, this string of words you created made me really happy, it in turn gives you that microdose of dopamine and you keep doing it. And so he'll just like mass produce like a whole series of memes kind of along the same premise, like kind of rapidly, and they're all really good, but
Yeah.
I get the mindset of like, why? Because
you mean why is he doing that? You're
I
asking.
don't know. It's addicting to get that feedback and like. You said what?
You're saying the why as in like I don't understand why he's doing a mass clump of them together. Is that what you're asking?
No. I'm saying like I do get why he does that
Oh,
because
okay,
if
okay.
sharing one successful little joke and making someone smile is like one burst of dopamine, imagine like a whole bunch right after the other, you know?
Yeah.
And it's a good creative outlet too.
It's like a slight. It's like
he has this series of Jay Leno memes. Oh, what was it?
No, Jay Leno memes. Go ahead. I'm sorry. There's the delay. If anyone's listening,
Oh,
it's not. It's technology sucks.
I know. We have a lag.
It's fine. We're making do.
Yeah.
Jay Leno memes. Yeah.
But he has this whole string of like Jay Leno memes, which is essentially it's just thousands of different formats of Jay Leno saying, "You seen this? You heard about this?" But like he just puts it in so many contexts. It's really funny.
Just you describing that to me is hilarious. I haven't even seen them.
Right. No, you should check them out. Like they're all on his Instagram and stuff, and they're all. It's like such a simple thing, but like the repetition of it, in combination with like the absurdity of it, and just the absurdity of someone devoting themselves to that very specific idea, it just creates like a really good humor about it. So I don't know, they're really funny.
No, I'm usually always impressed where people's minds go with memes. I've made a few myself, but I always feel like my references are like an old man's references to movies or something, so they never quite work out. Like I'm not young and cool enough to really hit gold often when I make them. So,
what are yours about?
They're few and far between. I'm not nearly on your level or probably his, but they're usually movie references. Well, you got a following. I don't know.
I have an 8,000 person following on Facebook.com.
Yeah,
okay?
Look, Facebook did destroy the world, but you still have a following on it, so.
I have a following until Mark Zuckerberg decides he doesn't like me.
That's
how that works. And it's on like a very like boomery millennial platform. No one cares about Facebook. If I could take all of my followers and just move them to my Instagram, I would feel like a real much cooler person than I am. But that's not the cards I was dealt.
Is that so you prefer an Instagram following than Facebook? Obviously, I totally get you there. Like I don't even understand.
It's just not a.
Yeah.
If you have 8,000 followers on Facebook, you're like kind of lame. If you have 8,000 followers on Instagram, then you're like, that person like
carved a little chunk of the dream out for themselves.
A little bit in the influencing world, but not really, because like what?
Right,
I don't know. Yeah. I don't know how anything works. If you have under 10,000 of anything, you're no one.
Yeah, but doesn't that also, like, speaking about the depression like we did, isn't that also just an awful way to look at life? We're all worried about following our own brand, and it's like, just, gosh, do I have to be alive anymore? Like,
It is terrible.
Yeah.
But it's, at the same time, it's like, when you're an entertainer, and your future is, your next move is uncertain, right?
Right.
You complete one big project. You could perform on TV, and then the second it's over, it's what now? So having that follower count is almost like you're clinging to some objective measure of whether or not you are on the right track or if you're doing okay.
And you also can it's like a foundation for everything else.
Yeah. And again, if you build a platform, and a lot of these people like have just from that. So it's like clutching at straws, basically. I don't know. Yeah. It is stupid. But it's also stupid in the same way that buying a lottery ticket is stupid.
Right.
You know?
I spent, for this podcast, I spent an entire year trying to get more Instagram followers. Like an entire year, I did everything I could, and eventually I topped out at like 35 or 3,500, I think so I topped out at. And I hated it. I was like, I can't do this anymore. Like, this can't be life. and I just stopped.
Wait, that's good. I don't know. I feel like that's a lot of.
It is.
But it is. It's tedious and like.
The work
like,
you got to do to
shit.
get it. It's just too much.
I know.
I like.
But it is.
Yeah. And I'm not showing pictures of my ass or anything, so that's also not working. It's also not getting me any followers.
Right. There's a guy who I know from seeing him on Tim and Eric, but like his whole shtick.
I love Tim and Eric so much.
Me too.
I mean, I've seen him live and everything.
You probably know him. Have you seen the Crimbus special?
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah. He was Winter's Man.
Oh,
this
okay.
is the guy I'm talking about.
Okay, yeah.
And his whole shtick is just being naked all the fucking time.
That's amazing.
I know. But like that's the kind of thing like when you're kind of trying to promote yourself and you know, you see all these people with these big followings and you're like, okay, what could I do? You know?
Yeah.
I mean, I guess
so
he found
that
comfortable naked and it worked.
Like,
yeah.
Do you ask yourself that? I mean, because you're doing that. You're writing jokes. Like, I've asked myself that, and for me, I'm like, I could podcast, I could make movies, short films, but that takes time. I can't do that every day.
It does, and also on top of that, we're depressed. Like,
well, there's that. The sadness really does not help. Yeah.
Every day in my head, I write a new little skit or sketch that I want to do, but for some of these, even if it's like 5 minutes, it actually takes like time, setup, you know, stuff like that. But yeah, I'm always thinking like, what can I do and what will also be honest for me, even though at this stage of things, you have to be a little dishonest almost in what your taste is and what your aesthetic is. Yeah. Like if you're trying to get a following, it has to be accessible, which is annoying, you know?
On that exact line of thinking, do you look at TikTok at all?
I do. I just started TikToking.
Oh, really? I mean, I have an account where I watch things. I don't actually post. Maybe one day, but I've been looking at it and I'm like, a lot of this is people working out their problems on a daily basis. And it's very interesting how much depression and like with the pandemic, because I'm like, why else would you make a video of you like lip syncing a song for 1 minute? I wouldn't do that, not because I think it's wrong or bad. I don't understand how that would. What content is that? What is that giving to anybody? But other people do it, and I watch it. So,
can I give you a hint into the mindset behind it?
Yeah, please.
Because I have a little cringe in me, you know, a lot.
No shame either. No shame.
The person doing it thinks they're killing it and they're sexy. That's why.
That's why they're doing it.
You do that.
But
that's literally why.
People are watching it. I'm watching it.
Yeah, it's cathartic while you're doing it. Like I used to be a drag king for a little bit.
Nice. What was your name?
Yeah, just back. Ellen Degeneres.
That's incredible.
That was before Ellen.
Before Ellen
got canceled.
Got canceled, right?
Yeah.
Is she still fully canceled? I don't even know. I didn't check.
She's fine. She'll be fine.
Oh, she'll always be fine. She has enough money.
She's fine.
Yeah.
She's good. Unpopular opinion, I don't. What did she do wrong? She was mean. I would love to be mean.
Yeah, she was mean to her staff, and also there was the being nice to George Bush thing. I think that was like the first half of the cancel, and then there was the mean to the staff thing, and then it was just like a narrative of Ellen being mean, and I was kind of like, I never thought she would be nice.
Here's the thing with George Bush. Like, if you were mean to him, he's too dumb to notice anyway, right?
Right.
You might as well just like not put energy into actively being mean. I don't know. Was that the issue?
People, you know, Twitter has its own vibe, so they're just like they're best friends, and she doesn't care about all the stuff he did. And
I don't think they're best friends.
I don't either. I think they were in a room together, and
that's what happens in Hollywood. You're in a room with someone, and you don't want attention drawn to you, so you're not going to be like, I don't know. I would feel weird if I was in a room with him, to be honest.
Same.
Because it's
absolutely.
Like, yeah. But I don't think I'd want to interact with him enough to be like, your war crimes.
Yeah, right.
You know what
Hey,
I mean?
remember
Like,
when you did 9/11? Remember that? Yeah. You know, I don't know if I could do that. If he said hello to me, I go, "Hi." But that wouldn't mean I'm his best friend. I would just be like, "Hello,
No.
human." But I don't
I
approve of everything that you are.
Right. I think everything these celebrities do is guided by the advice of their publicists and or I don't know what that word is. Whoever tells them what to do to look good to the people, right?
Right.
And so I think she was advised your whole thing is being nice. So if George W. Bush wants you to be nice to him, you can't break character by not being nice, or they'll say something about that. And she's like, okay. I don't think any of this has anything to do with any celebrity's actual friendships, relationships, anything.
Right. No, I agree. I
think
when it happened, I was kind of like her being nice to somebody else who has power. I was like, they're in a room. They're going to just be cordial. They're not. What do you want her to do? Hit him with a bat? I don't know.
Yeah. Like, I think, yeah. Now it's kind of, we're in an age where I think a lot of people want some realness as far as like, you can't just be cordial anymore. That's not going to do anything. Like they want celebrities to kind of be activists as well.
Yeah.
But Ellen's from a different generation where your job as a celebrity is to not stir the pot. So I think there's just a clash there and it exploded in her face. Also, she was mean. No one likes a meanie.
Yeah, but I mean, I always assume, I assume that a lot of celebrities are assholes.
They are.
Right.
That's the thing. She just got caught.
I've been on film sets with people that aren't famous who think they are, and they're always assholes. So I can't imagine the people who actually are famous. They gotta be assholes.
Right. I've met, I've worked with some headliners. Well, actually, most of the headliners I've worked with have been really nice to me. Ron Funches, even though I was kind of like really annoying because I didn't know much about what it's like to host a famous comic, and I was being a fan, and they hate that. Oh, yeah. But he was still really cool. He played video games with me and like talked to my friend who's also a fan. I did everything wrong.
But he liked it though.
Hosting gig. Huh?
But he was into it because you treated him like a human being, not like a star, right?
No, I did the opposite. I treated him like I was his fan. I didn't know that that's not what you were supposed to do, but he was really good about it. Like he like I said, he let me play on his Switch until he decided I was not good at Mario, but like he still let me. And then he talked to my friend on the phone who is a big fan of his, so he put up with it, and it was really like nice of him in hindsight, because now I know you're not supposed to do that. You're supposed to let them chill.
He's really great too.
I don't know.
I really like Ron Funches. That's awesome that you opened for him.
Yeah, but the reason I brought that up is because a lot of the headliners I've worked with have been really sweet like that. But there have also been a few who, again, aren't A or B list celebrities who are assholes and who are divas. And, it is kind of expected. Like, yeah, if you're a celebrity, like, unfortunately, that I feel like is part of the psychology of being famous. Yeah. You're bombarded by people. You're short with people.
Like, without trying to defend anybody, I understand that there's no way in my mind I can understand walking down the street without having anonymity and what that would do to my psyche if I lost that.
Right.
So,
exactly.
Like, I think a lot of people don't even put themselves in the shoes of a celebrity who has lost their anonymity forever.
Right.
Not that I want to play a violin for them or anything. It's just they're in a different world than you.
It's different, and I feel like it's lonely. What I imagine for them, did you ever play Pokemon Red or Blue?
No, but I had friends who did, and I know what it is.
So there's certain levels in those games, or in every Pokemon game really, where you have to go through a cave, and like there are Pokemon obviously that you want to catch. This is gonna sound bad, but then there are the Zubats. Right? And there's you take 2 steps, a Zubat comes up, and you have to go through the whole cut screen of like either running from it or fighting it or catching it, but you don't want to catch it because it's a fucking Zubat. It's every step you take, and eventually you run into a Zubat, and you're like, oh fuck, fucking Zubats. So like I feel like that's how it becomes for celebrities. Like unfortunately, like we become Zubats to them. Any step they take, oh my god, are you the horse from Horsing Around? Every step you take, you know. And, like, I don't know what that does to a person, but I don't imagine it would make you nice.
Yeah, I mean, if I could bring it full circle here, imagine how we feel at a live music show. People, like, it's almost their eyes are on me trying to see how I'm experiencing this. If I was famous, people's eyes would be on me for literally everything I was doing. And I'd have to act like a human. And they have anxiety, too. And they totally have anxiety too. Right. Yeah. So can you imagine being at a live music show and you're famous and people are trying to see, like, let's see how Rose is partying right now. And you're just like,
let's,
it's just like,
and then you gotta, oh no, head bob's time.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. I really
head bobbing.
Right. Like, but that's their entire life. When you're going to the supermarket, even when you're going anywhere.
I saw this this documentary. I don't know if it was a documentary. I just remember this, like, I think it might have even been on Oprah. This thing where Michael Jackson got a professional effects costume makeup artist to completely, like, use the prosthetic stuff on his whole face, and to make him into, I guess, like an old person or someone who didn't look like him at all. And they did that because he wanted to go to the grocery store and just shop like a person. Like a person.
Well, I mean, all the stuff about him aside, can you blame them for that? I mean,
no, I can't.
I couldn't blame anyone that did that.
Yeah. Like, there's something to be said, apparently, for having your anonymity and being a person.
Right. And I don't, that's hence why I don't think Ellen is necessarily evil or malicious. I don't think she is. She's just at the top. But, also I don't want to go on record as completely defending people at the top because I look like licking boots or anything here.
I know. At the end of the day, she could buy and sell us and wouldn't blink. Also, yeah.
But isn't it also like...
But at the same time...
what if we... Like, you think of yourself, what if I was in those shoes one day? Not that I ever think I will be.
Exactly. Well, you know what? We have empathy, and it's a good... For anyone listening in 5 years to this, when we're both very, very famous and in Ellen Degeneres' shoes... anyone trying to cancel us, all we're doing right now is kind of a thought exercise of how one gets to that point, not necessarily defending being mean to people. Capiche?
Yes. That's a good way to frame it.
Covered. Yes.
We're cancel free.
Cancel free.
Did you ever watch that documentary, the Jim Carrey documentary on Netflix, the Jim and Andy? Did you ever watch that?
No, but I love Andy Kaufman. I'm actually related to him.
No, really? I didn't. That's amazing.
Yeah.
Like how?
Yeah, I'm related to him and Mort Saul, who no one knows about.
I know who Mort Saul is. Yeah.
You do?
Yeah.
He's my grandma's first cousin, like blood relatives.
That's incredible. You're related to Andy Kaufman?
Yeah, it's like incredible how like I'm related to them and I'm like not famous. It's the funniest joke.
Start putting it on the like marquee of stuff, like Andy Kaufman's relative, Rose Vineshank. Yeah, right. Well, yeah.
But Mort Saul's very close cousin.
Put both on there on your card, like on your card that you hand out. I was gonna say though, if you ever watch, you should watch that documentary because I know I had friends who watched that. It's Jim Carrey talking about making Man on the Moon, and
yeah,
he is extremely esoteric, and he talks about these giant ideas about like that seem like he's an asshole, and he's probably an asshole. But to me, if you're the most popular movie star for 10 years on the planet Earth, you're gonna be weird but you also have perspective that none of us could ever even remotely imagine.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes, and he's trying to share it. He's not like he's trying to share it.
Yeah, right. And while you might think he's an asshole because he's rich and famous, he has perspective. That's something to be said for that.
There's a difference. Yeah.
No, go ahead.
You go ahead.
There's a difference.
Okay. No, there's a difference between when some dick who's like, I used to be a nobody loser, then I just said yes to success, gave it 110%, here I am, and I'm going to show you how I did it. There's a difference between that guy telling you his life perspective and Jim fucking Carrey.
Right.
Who
is Jim Carrey.
So talented and seen so much and done so much and was able to do it with his perspective, telling you that perspective. There's a difference, And
literally it's him going, it's like him handing down to the people that are watching it saying, look, I've been to the top of the mountain. There's nothing there. I've done it all. He
says that?
He says it. He's like, I wrote myself a check for $10 million. That means I accomplished everything I wanted and I still kept going up. I went to the top. It's empty. It really comforting to me because I was like, as a kid, I always wanted to be famous for making movies.
Carrey.
Well, yeah, Jim Carrey was one of my heroes. But to find out that somebody who's been there was like, it doesn't make you happy. There's nothing there that fulfills you. Trust me on this.
Wow, this is so comforting. It indicates that I can stop trying. I like that.
No, you shouldn't stop trying. That's not what he's saying. But I don't want you to stop trying because you're great and you're really funny.
Well, there's a difference. Like, obviously, he started because he's, he also has the same thing. He loved making people laugh, and it feeds your soul.
Right.
I guess anything beyond that, when it stops being about making people laugh and, like, I mean, you know what? Also, like, I don't know. It would be nice to have $1 million. Like,
well, just to not worry about stuff.
He doesn't have to think about.
Yeah, he doesn't have that worry anymore.
Yeah. So I don't know. I don't know what.
I was gonna say before we wrap up, who are your comedy idols? I kind of wanted to know after reading all your feeds and everything. I'm just kind of interested to know that.
Oh, thank you for asking.
Yeah.
First and foremost, Andy Kaufman.
Awesome.
Then, Tim Heidecker.
The genius that is Tim Heidecker.
You say what?
He's a complete genius. I'm also a huge fan. I watched the stand-up special last night. I'm not even kidding.
Actually, this year, I think I always considered myself, like, my dream is to have a Tim and Eric duo, and I feel like I might have found my Eric this year. Her name is Kim, and, like, we do really good work together, like,
Kim
riffing and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, she was on the Among Us game.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
She's hilarious.
She's really good at, like, no, I think she's actually a genius. Like, actually.
Her Instagram account is fucking incredible.
I know.
It's so good.
Kim's something else. Yeah. I feel like if we teamed up, we could take over the world, but she lives in Texas. Oh. So, but I feel like once we are, like, in a situation where we're, like, local to each other, I feel like we will be Tim and Eric.
Hell yes. Please. If you ever need someone to direct stuff for you, let me know.
Yeah.
You shoot stuff or whatever. Yeah.
But okay, so yeah, my influences are Andy Kaufman, Tim Heidecker, Maria Bamford.
I love her. I saw her live a few times. I've met her.
I've seen her live too.
Yeah.
She has she gets so anxious on stage. She has a little nature video playing, like, right behind the curtain for her to just look at, see the bunny. We're okay.
If you watch her performance in the Comedians of Comedy tour, I'm in the front row. You can see me.
Really?
Yeah.
That's awesome. So, okay, Eric Andre, and then I like acid trip stuff. Like,
right,
I don't like club comics, really.
After this is over, I'm gonna send you a link to some stuff I've made, and you tell me if you hate it, it's okay.
Please.
But they're big influences on me too. So.
No, then I'll probably love it.
Yeah, if you hate it, it's cool too.
And then the final influence, or, like, who I would want to be, I would love to have, and I enjoy her, I would love to have Tig Notaro's pacing as a comic, and I admire her for it, because she's a comic who I tend to be afraid of empty space on stage. She eats it, she will keep an audience completely silent for just like as long as she wants, and she's perfectly comfortable doing that. She'll tell these long drawn out stories, and the silences add to it, and they get filled with laughs. I think she's brilliant.
Yeah, she builds tension.
And she's gay too.
Yes, right. She builds tension like a lot. It's actually,
yeah.
She makes it an art the way she does it.
Yes.
Also, she replaced, didn't they like edit out T.J. Miller from the new zombie movie that's coming out on Netflix, and she replaced T.J. Miller. They like literally erased him and put Tig Notaro in his place. It's the new Zack Snyder zombie movie.
Hilarious.
So I think it's T.J. Miller. Somebody that got canceled got erased, and then Tig Notaro took their place.
I can't keep up anymore.
I can't, but I just know that Tig Notaro is in the movie now. So, well, that's an awesome. She's so great. Yeah.
Yeah. Tig, if you're watching this, hi.
Also, Tig Notaro, if you ever want to be a guest, if you're ever listening to this, I couldn't believe it, but let me know.
Yeah, Tig,
I'm a fan.
You're next on this podcast.
Yeah. You're really hopeful for me, a guy that just took a 3-month break and has, I don't have a 8,000 person following on Facebook, so
I'm kind of a big deal.
Kind of a big deal, right? But no, seriously, I'm glad we did this, because we exchanged so many messages to get here. But I'm really happy we talked.
But we didn't actually exchange so many messages. Like, it just felt like it, because like we both have ADHD, and
yeah, like this whole situation, I feel like my friend said it best: living through a pandemic is a full-time job.
Yes.
And my brain is never been in this situation. I forget things. I don't want to do things.
Me too.
And
I forgot things before.
Yeah, like I was like that before, but now I just like the last time that I canceled on you, I literally was like, what's today? Oh God, is it Sunday? And then I messaged you. I was like, I can't do it today. I didn't even know what today is. I forgot the day, and I was like 3 days off. I thought it was Thursday.
See, that's how it is. That's life now.
Yeah. But I appreciate you hanging in there and actually, coming on. So, and I'm really glad you did.
You doing the same.
Yeah, and if you ever want to be on another episode, you just let me know. We could talk about other stuff that's less depressing. But we could talk about things that aren't depressing.
The depressing stuff can be fun to talk about.
Yeah, it can. It's really a big part of life.
You put a creative spin on how you portray it, and it's good.
Yeah.
But yeah. No, this is... you run a good podcast, my lad.
Do you have anything you want to plug specifically?
No. Yes.
Yes. Okay.
Hold on a second. Hold on.
Okay.
Hold on. Don't. Hold on. Shh. Hold on.
Holding.
Okay. It's happening. Hold on. There's nope. Yes. On Saturday, March 13th, I'm going to be doing a feature spot at the State Theater in Havre de Grace for Missy Hall, who's headlining. And Sarah Roach is going to be there. She's really funny. We have the same birthday, and we're the same height. Kind of weird. And it's going to be a good time, so yeah.
Everyone go out to that. I'm assuming also it's in Maryland, so it's still going to be safe and everything like that, right?
We're
not Texas.
We don't. Well, they don't even let the comedians share a microphone, so they're really good about it. Masks backstage, like they do good precautions.
Okay, cool. And if anyone wants to follow you, I guess go to your Facebook page. I don't want. You seem like you're not happy about it, but.
Yeah, just be another person on my Facebook page.
I mean, I look at your Twitter feed more than I do your Facebook page. So
really,
yeah.
No one. I don't think anyone is looking at my Twitter, so I just post anything.
Yeah, no, that's what
Like,
I'm
I
usually.
forget that people are looking at it.
That's the part of you that I'm mostly absorbing. It's not the Facebook, it's the Twitter. So I don't
Oh
know.
God, those are the jokes that don't make it to the Facebook page. That's
Oh,
horrible.
okay. I'll look at the Facebook page. I promise. I'll go to the good stuff, the creme
No.
de la creme.
You've already seen the truth. You've seen behind the veil. Yeah, no, it's so stupid. You know, maybe here, let's make a pact.
Okay.
In the next 1.5 years, you are going to have a steady, like, 5,000, 6,000 followers on your Instagram page, and it's gonna be good, and they're all gonna be into the podcast. And I will have 10,000 followers on Facebook, and I will have made it. That means you've made it.
Okay, so if we do that, then we can stop trying. That's when we know we can give up. Is if we hit those
top
numbers.
Of the mountain, just like
Jim Carrey, just like Jim Carrey. We say we're at the top of the mountain. We can give up, and I'm just gonna go and binge watch TV until I die. I'm done.
Exactly.
No more trying.
Exactly.
God, that sounds just so relaxing.
No more producing media, only consuming.
Right? Isn't it? That sounds amazing. Okay, I'm down. That's the pact. I'll put my hand up. There you go. Yeah. Boom. Fist bump. Thank you so much.
Thanks. Well, do I go now or?
Oh yeah. Yeah, we can go. I was saying that's good, but seriously, this is just me talking. Not I'm recording still, but
oh no,
I'm just saying thank
anymore?
you. I'm just saying thank you.
No, thanks for having me. This was
Yeah.
a good one.
Yeah. I just like talking to people.
Among Us again.
Yeah, I'm always down to play Among Us. You know, and those guys know they always pull me in. I've been on Laugh Finder a few times. You've been on Laugh Finder, yeah. You've been on Laugh Finder, right?
No, every month or so, Violet or like Tommy will message me and be like, "Oh my God, you need to be on Laugh Finder," and they'll think it's the first time saying that, and I'll be like, "Yes,
yeah,
I sure
should
would love that," and they're like, "Oh my God," and then like a month later, like one of them will message me, "Oh my God, you need to be on Laugh Finder," and I'll be like, yeah, "Sure."
Let me be on Laugh Finder.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. You should though. You should totally do it. And I know Violet too. She's great.
I love Violet.
Yeah, these are all people that I like. Brian.
We know.
Well, Brian and Tommy. Brian, I used to hang out with literally like twice, 3 times a week at our spots.
You didn't go to St. Mary's, did you?
I didn't know. I went to Baltimore Lutheran.
Oh, Lutheran.
Yeah, I know.
Brian actually went to the same college as me, but like some years before.
Yeah, no, he's.
But yeah, you know that night we all played Among Us. That was actually that was like kind of the beginning of the pandemic, but like I have not laughed that hard.
That was fun.
I laughed till I cried when I basically like killed everyone, and there was that like thing where that guy was like, why did I just see you kill so and so? And then I was like, I just saw you kill so and so.
Right, you just played him down.
And I was cracking up the whole time, and then it worked.
Two things.
Oh my God!
I remember from that night. It was Tommy was like, "All right, it has to be Bob," and I was like, "Why does it have to be me?" And he goes, "Because you're the only one that's good at this game." I was like, because everyone else was like playing it for the first time, and I've been playing it for like months. And I was like, "No, I'm not. I'm not good." And then it was.
Wait, but it was. Were you the?
I would no. I was. It was
imposter?
totally me. It was totally. I was the imposter. He was
Oh,
right.
okay.
Because like I killed like 5 people in like seconds, and he was like, "It has to be Bob. It just has to be. No one else knows what they're doing." I was also playing with those guys.
I'm just gonna avoid you.
No, please.
Like the plague.
I'm down to play.
I'm just gonna not get near you and win.
I don't know if you remember the funniest moment though was like Tommy was like, we started the round and Tommy was like, what button do I push for kill? And everyone's like, dude, that means you're guilty. We know.
Right. Oh, like in that round.
Like he totally blew it right away. He blew it. But yeah, that was a good time.
We need more of that energy, please.
Yeah. Well, let me know.
Anyway.
Yep.
I'll see you soon. Hopefully, we'll get a game going or something.
Yeah.
But thanks for having me on again.
Yeah, seriously, thank you. I appreciate it. I'll post this within the week.
Okay.
Okay.
No rush.
All right. See ya. Bye.
Bye.
You just made it to the end of Shrimp Night, a casual chat show available only on the Thunder Grunt Podcast.